welcome to Us and More.
Hi guys, probably here. So I do have people that were supposed to come on. We'll see if they come in. It's really super early where they're at. So I'm going to okay. We're gonna see if we can get them in here. In the meantime, what's up, everybody? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know, like I did over on Dewey's channel. So we have our stickers, okay? And if you guys make any donation, doesn't matter if it's $5, $10, $20, $500, whatever it may be, you guys get a sticker. You just have to give me your information so I can send it to you. And yeah, that's for any donation. So you want a really awesome sticker, and they're vinyl, so they can go like on the outside of your vehicles or your house or your car or your RVs or scooters or bikes. I don't know what else you would stick a sticker to. A waterproof notebook? I don't know. It's there. It's vinyl. You can do such a thing. Okay. So we're going to try and see if we can get them on. Just bear with me. I'm sorry. I had no way. Oh, I might even. All right. Well, I mean, somebody wants to come on, at least until they come on. I can drop you a link. Maybe. I did that right. Let's see. Oh, I guess it'd probably be helpful if I mention my own channel. Okay. Am I really that glitchy? Okay, well, if anyone wants to hop on for a little bit, you're more than welcome to. If they come in, then we'll just put you guys in the basement for a while, or whatever happens. We have Cody, and Lorraine. Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
You know we'll join you.
You guys have been amazing just popping in. You guys are awesome.
Isn't Troy coming?
I'm hoping so. Kenny's trying to get a hold of him right now.
Oh, I can call him.
I mean, hey, that's even better.
All right.
I'm like, I don't have a way of getting hold of them. I was just kind of like hoping they would show. So if they come on, I'm like, great. So if you can call them, I really
yeah, I'll give him a call. I'm a close friend of his.
Okay.
I was trying to ask you on the other live about the service dogs. How old are they when they give them to you?
So
I get them when they're first born, when they're nine weeks old. And then you don't start training them other than regular basic commands like sit, stay.
Oh no, they're good. If I get one, they said it will be already trained.
Oh,
then you're looking at
I would.
Is it covered by insurance?
You're talking about at least a year.
Okay.
Because it takes them about a year, if not more, to train, and especially if you get them young, then it's easier because they'll learn like your basics really early. And they say you're not supposed to start training them for the other stuff until at least 6 months.
Right.
Depending on depending on what it is for too. So like if you can get it also depends on the dog. So you're not supposed to technically be training them for their task until about 6 months. But
Okay.
if it's something simple or like I'm trying to think, it's nothing really simple.
And then they fit the
Like,
dog.
okay, well, there's gluten free. There's gluten alert dogs, which I would love to train Phoebe on. That's my next thing. Because I'm allergic to gluten.
It's a what? Gluten?
Gluten, yeah. So like those you could start doing that pretty young, but again, everything has to develop, and around 6 months is where they really start getting that cognitive to train. So like they'll get their basics. You can start introducing some of it at like 5 months, depending on the dog. But you're really not supposed to do it until about 6 months, and then it takes 6 months to a year to get them fully trained, depending on the task. So if it's a mobility dog, for like fight,
I'm calling Troy.
okay, it ends up being a lot longer. I'm going to mute you because it overdoes me. So depending on what their task is, depending on how long they need to train. Mobility and sight dogs tend to be a little bit longer because they have to do a lot more dangerous things like being able to cross the road or, leading you with your gauge. So there's so many more aspects that they have to do. But if it's like, even like if it's like seizures or just like medical alert or things like that, it doesn't take as long. So it could be roughly 6 months. But you're looking at least a 1-year-old.
Okay.
Like minimum for a service dog.
A service dog that helps someone with oh shoot, now I can't remember the name of it. Chronic bronchitis.
So like you were looking more like
and emotional
things like that. Like you're looking at like asthma things, along the nature of like how you.
I don't have asthma. I just have chronic bronchitis. And for other health issues, like for if I fall or whatever.
Then you need a larger dog like a Labrador.
Well, any dog can do it. I really don't like it when people say, oh, only this dog is really good for this. There are some that do task a little better for certain things, but any dog can do it. Like a lot of people got on me because my son's service dog is part pit. And they're like, oh, well, pits don't really make good service dogs.
Oh, well, yes, they do.
Depending on the pit, depending on the handler. My pit mix is great when it comes to his asthma. Okay. So, it really does depend on the dog. Now, there are dogs that are meant for other things. Like if you use a dog for mobility as far as being able to handle your weight, well, then the dog needs to be at least half your weight. Okay, so there is that. There's guidelines for that, and that's fine. But as far as saying, certain animals are only good for certain tasks. Any animal can do any task. My Great Dane Lab mix, she's a lot smaller. She's not half my weight, but she's smaller. But she does know brace, and I don't put all my weight on her. It's enough to make sure I don't completely fall over. And she gets that, and the weight that I put on her is probably half of her weight. So really, it's just like when you grab a ledge or whatever, and you're really just kind of like using it as a support, like a hand on the wall. You're just kind of using it as support. You're not really putting your weight on the wall. You're not using the wall to get up. Just enough to be like, okay, well, she's that wall. So really, just depends on what you're using them for. So like, a small dog would be great if you need it to help with putting deep pressure therapy on your chest. Not necessarily Chihuahua per se, because they're probably a little too small for that.
I wouldn't want to.
But like her dog would be great for deep pressure therapy on the chest.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I wouldn't want a Chihuahua. Not to be mean to people that have them. They bark too much, and I can't handle that.
I've had a lot of Chihuahuas that are very, very yappy and barky, but there's so many other ones that I've met that are like the sweetest, most calmest. Like they might have a Chihuahua body, but they don't have the Chihuahua blood, kind of thing. And they're literally like the most chill dog. Again, it depends on the handler and the training they receive. I don't like people discriminating dogs because it really is based on how they're raised, and and you have to look back on how they, the parents and how the parents were raised, because that's evolution.
Yeah.
So
I grew up with Labradors, Labrador
good morning,
Retrievers.
Stan.
Well, that's kind of what I meant. I didn't mean Labradors in specific. I meant a larger dog, so that when you do go to tip, like I do, not having a seizure, because I have MS, I fall over, and I have high blood pressure and a heart condition. I fall over, and I need a dog to lower me to the ground. Or if I fall, I need a dog to be there, like she was saying, as like a guide, a helping hand to. I'm not a small lady. I'm 242 pounds. I need a dog strong enough to hold me, to help me get up.
Victoria,
Otherwise,
I think you have YouTube on. Somebody has YouTube. Yeah, mute it.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I muted her. I muted her because somebody's got YouTube on.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Victoria May.
Hello.
We haven't met yet.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
see, now you're echoing again. You have to mute YouTube.
I've got it completely off. The only thing on is my StreamYard.
Does somebody else have YouTube on that they may have accidentally muted? See,
I don't know how to do that stuff, so I'm still learning.
See, now I don't hear it.
Let me go into my cam mic and see if I've got something set in there. That's the only thing, because everything's closed. I got echo cancellation on, and automatically adjust mic volume is on. The stereo audio is turned off.
I'm trying to center myself. No, I want to.
Are you still hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
I still hear the echo.
No, I don't hear the echo now.
Say something.
Hello?
Yes, now it's gone.
It's gone.
Okay.
So I called Troy, and I let it ring until it hung up on me, and then I messaged him and asked him if
Kenny's trying to get a hold of him too, and I think Lance is trying it as well. Worst case scenario, we're just doing it live.
Hello again, Lance.
Service dogs. Hello, Lance. I know I can't see you or anything, and you can't see me, but you can hear me. Hello, Lance.
I mean, since we're talking service dogs, let me try to get someone in here.
You were talking about service dogs, and my dog has never been trained, my little Tico. But whenever I have my dizzy spells, for some reason, he over all the years he's been with me, he will get in front of me before I even know that it's gonna happen. He'll get in front of me down by my feet, and he will not let me go forward. He'll like block me from walking.
Yeah, dogs have natural abilities.
So, it's they will do things just out of love for their owners without training.
Yeah,
Because, like I said,
and he could just be a tasker. He could be an at-home tasker. And that's fine. If he does that at home for you, like, that's great.
Yeah, he will not let me walk forward if I start having a dizzy spell. He'll block me. Hello, Ken.
I just got off the phone with Troy. He had a heat stroke and his body is shut down. And
is he all right?
He had to spend 5 hours with his neighbor fixing his well yesterday, and he doesn't feel good at all, so he's not going to be able to come on the show.
Okay. Thank you for
Oh,
letting
it's
us know that.
okay.
I can relate to that. Yesterday it was 106 here, and hubby took me to breakfast at a close by little restaurant, and then we went to Walmart. Well, I twisted my hip and hurt myself, so I didn't want to walk it around anymore and go in there. And so I stayed in the truck with the windows down, and I was soaking wet in just the short time he went in
Mm-hmm.
there, and I started getting such a massive headache. And plus,
Mm,
there's so much smoke here from the fires. There's
yeah.
fires in Canada. There's over 600 um, square foot fire in Oregon. There's the fires in California, and then there's fires here in Washington itself. And so we have
Wow.
had serious smoke issues out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got COPD and asthma. So yeah, I was feeling really ugh.
So Kenny,
Yes.
your dog, is it a service dog?
No. It's just a German Shepherd.
Have you thought about
That
training her to be a service dog or
I
getting one?
she wouldn't take any type of training. She don't even take basic training. I just flat out tell you, she don't even take basic training. So
Have you thought about getting a service dog then?
I actually don't want nothing like this big again because it's like I said before in past videos. It's she's got she. Of course, I kind of thought I knew what I was getting into when I got a German Shepherd, and a German Shepherd is stout in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well they literally pull. Okay, and she will literally pull you down to the ground if you don't watch. And she pulled me and my dad both down, and I'm like, and so I actually would like a smaller dog, like a.
Kenny, did you let them know?
I did.
Yeah.
I already did.
Am I muted?
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Why
So-
can't I?
Oh.
So service dogs can be all sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I
So
don't
now
know.
I gotta bring my dog. Hold on. Everybody's got their dogs. It's like I gotta bring mine.
I don't have one.
Hold
Not
on.
at the moment.
I spent about
Oh,
150 to $200 for a 6 weeks training course, and it didn't do a bit of good.
Kenny, did you explain?
I did. I told him. I told him he had a heat stroke. He had to work on his neighbor's well because the well broke, and he spent about 5 to 6 hours out in the heat. And it was
Yes.
106-degree weather.
She had horses that had no water.
Had no water. Yeah.
The horses would have died if he didn't help. So
Wow.
he got sick doing a good deed.
What?
And he's another one of those people who
Everything.
give you his shirt off his back.
Oh, no. Okay. Now my service dog. Here.
Oh, look at him.
Come
Hi.
There you go. See, I can hold her like a little dog too.
Yeah?
Ow.
A lap dog.
Yeah, she's a Dane mixed, and she thinks she's a lap dog.
Yeah, my Great Dane thought she was a lap dog too. That's amazing.
They
They-
usually do.
Chihuahuas
She actually thinks she's a teacup of something.
Chihuahuas think
They
they're
don't like to be
Great
held.
Danes, and Great Danes think they're Chihuahuas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My little lap dog don't want to be a lap dog. He will tell me
Funny.
after that short period, he'll
left me.
start getting moving around like, put me down. I'm done. I don't want to be held no more. Put me
I
down.
know. If somebody else wants to come on, I was waiting for my friend to come on that I'm training, her service dog, but until she comes in, somebody else can pop in anyways.
Yeah, I told Troy not to worry about it. We were here, and we got it covered.
Tell him I said hi.
Troy
I
and
think
I are like the dynamic duo. We
There you go.
usually do our live streams together when Mike was doing the, live stream for a million years. We would spend hours up on that live stream every day.
I actually didn't meet Troy until not too long ago when Mike what is his channel? Mike and Jess
Traveling Adventures with Mike and Jess.
right.
Right. Right.
That's when I met Troy and Solex and a few other
So
people.
real quick, I know you're doing all that, but remember, guys, any donations get you a sticker, and yeah, come on, any
And
donation, $5.
I'm matching $100 donation. The first person who
Yeah.
donates $100, us and more, Heather there will get your name, and I will donate the $100
On her bed. On her bed.
and give you a
Oh,
shout
that's a
out on my
cool
live.
sticker.
Get on the bed.
Let me turn off my green screen so you can see it.
Lay down. Lay down, baby.
Oh, that's cute. I
I
like
like that.
sticker.
That's cute.
That's cool.
So I'll donate some stickers. If you have anybody that wants one, let me know and I'll mail it out to them.
And you doing that for anybody or?
Well,
Right.
good morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning, Dwight.
How are you?
Yeah,
Fine.
Doing
I
all
bet
right.
I mailed out a few, but I still got a lot. So I can afford to donate some stickers.
I'll trade you a sticker for your sticker.
Well, you send you got me in
Yeah, I got you on an email.
okay, send me your address and I'll send you one.
Oh,
Then it's got one already. I know you don't need one.
I forgot about that.
Hello, Amy Kephart.
Okay, so let me go into here real quick and put you
Hey,
down
Amy.
for a sticker because I've got a list going. All right, anybody else need a sticker?
So,
Anybody else want a sticker?
I'll
Anybody
get
else
it.
want
You can send me one.
and if you want a sticker, just email me. My email is on my about page, and
I think mine's on my page too.
I'm about to be on their live, so give me a minute.
Okay, so this is Stephanie. Everybody say hi to Stephanie.
hello.
Hi, Stephanie.
So Stephanie is actually training her dog to be a service dog. I'm helping her with that. That is him in the back seat. And you want to talk about what his name is and what he kind of generalized.
So his name is Riku. It is from the game of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not sure if any of you know about that or not. He is he'll be 6 months old on the 19th. He's been in training for about 2 months now, month and a half. He already does medical alert for my heart rate. I have a disorder called POTS. It is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and my heart rate gets way too high for no reason, pretty much. And he alerts when it gets above 95. He's also training to do dropped item retrieval, mobility work, and medical response. So when he alerts, he will eventually do what's called deep pressure therapy to actually lower my heart rate.
So how is this? So go ahead.
You train dogs, Stephanie?
I do. He is actually my second service dog that I've trained. My first one retired a couple years back.
But I'm helping her.
Do
Yeah,
dogs
Heather
got
actually
a
helped me.
natural ability to pick up and do things like I was telling Heather, my little dog that I was holding just now, he will get in front of my feet when I start to have my severe dizzy spells and blackouts. He'll get in front of my feet and he will not let me walk forward.
They,
Do a lot
Yeah.
of dogs have that ability?
they,
That's actually. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I was going to say they can sense changes in the electrical current in your body, as well as your change in respiration and heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that seems not normal, they pick up on. How they react is your alert. So that's when you take that alert and you put a name to it, or you take that alert and you treat it. So anytime they do something that you notice is an alert, you are like, you got to go like, good job, or like for Stephanie and I, both our dogs do DTP, which is deep DPT, deep pressure therapy. And so like we'll tell them like, a certain command if we want it done or whatever. So as they're doing it, like we can put a name to it. Yeah. So you put a name to it, and as they're doing it, and then that becomes their alert command. Or like, let's just say she feels it and maybe he got distracted, she can give him that command and he'll automatically know what to do. So like it could be anything like that. So as he's doing it, give it a name and praise him for it, because that's an alert.
Like Riku, him actually telling me when my heart rate gets high, I didn't train that. He actually picked that thing up on his own.
Yeah, natural ability.
Yeah, it was. And at first I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was just being lovey. I thought he was trying to get my attention, which I guess in a sense he was, but not for what I realized. So I just started telling him, yes, good alert, good boy, and just giving him lots of praise, and now he does it every time. So.
Mm-hmm. And they do different alerts for different things. So just because he might stop your feet for that reason, if let's say you're sitting and he does that and he's trying to get in your lap, that could be a different alert. It could be,
he'll do the same alert for different things.
Exactly. So
do that. Start
paying attention to what he does, and especially when you're having an issue or a complication, pay attention to what he does. And if he's already picking up on one thing, more chances than not, he's probably picking up on other things.
Yeah, he'll pick up on many things.
Like he'll sit sometimes. Like recently, I've had issues with my breathing because of the smoke and the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And he will go and he'll sit right in front of me, and he'll sit down and he'll just sit there and stare at me.
So what you can do is, does he jump on your lap if you tell him to come up?
Well, he'll come over and he'll turn around so his butt's facing me, so I could put my hands under his chest and belly and pick him up.
So if he does that and you're having issues with your breathing, what you can do is tell him, like she said, give him a command like cover. We use cover. You can use any command. You can do you can say like pressure, whatever that you think he'll pick up on, and
lap, cover, pressure,
yeah, anything like that. Pick him up, put him there, and let him lay on your chest, and it'll actually help. And it kind of calms the lungs down some. So put a name to it, and train him. And if you train him enough to a point where he does it consistently, you can actually make him a service dog. Again, he has to have the training. Like Stephanie says, he's in training, so his vest actually says service dog in training, because until he's a year old, he can't come out of the training process. No matter if he could be a complete expert at 10 months. And yeah, hold on, let me make it bigger. Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh.
So hers says service dog in training. Okay. And and at a year they can come out of that in training status. And that's, I mean, just train them. And
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why do you not want people to pet the dog?
Because if they get distracted, I'm sorry, Stephanie.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So if they get distracted and they miss an alert on you, you could, I mean, depending on what it is, some can die. Like, let's just say Lorraine is about to have a seizure and she doesn't pick up on it, but her service dog's supposed to. If somebody's petting him or getting distracted and he misses her alert and she has a seizure, smacks her head, dies.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It can literally mean a life and death, and sometimes it's not as horrible, but like if like our heart rates go up too high, then it could mean it goes so high to a point where we could be hospitalized, or
with it's a high risk of passing out.
When you have a high heart rate or anything like that, it puts pressure on all your blood vessels, especially in your brain, and your brain could cause a brain bleed, and you can go in a coma and die.
Well, see, my problem is I have the opposite. My heart rate and blood pressure and everything drops seriously low.
Okay, so if he, sorry, go ahead.
Is he
my blood pressure actually drops too when my heart rate gets high.
Yeah.
So if your heart rate gets too low, and I guarantee you, if it drops too low, he's probably trying to get you up and moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee you that's what your dog probably does. Either has you to go outside.
Yeah.
And you need to eat something.
Yeah. So getting yourself moving, getting yourself eating, those things get that heart rate up. So I guarantee you, if you pay attention to what he does, because he's already alerted on some other things for you, I guarantee you, if it drops, I guarantee you he's probably asking you to go out or whatever it may be. And you may not feel like it, but I guarantee you that's what he does. That's his alert.
Yeah. You got to read their signs. They'll tell you more than what you realize.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, he'll sit there. Like I said, he'll sit in front of me and stare at me until I pay attention to him, and then he'll stand up and he'll spin and he'll point like towards the door, and he'll stand there pointing towards the door.
So he might be asking you to take him out on a walk.
Yeah, he's probably he's getting you to become active.
Yeah.
To get that heart rate up. So he's alerting. You just have to put a name to it and train it.
Yep. I just worry about him because he's almost 16 years old now.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
I've had him since he was 4. I saved him from a bad home. Kenneth,
Penny, are you sleeping? Hi, honey.
Yeah. I've had him. I rescued him from a bad home, and I've had him.
No, I don't want to be out of it.
Okay.
And he's between 15 and 16 now.
Oh, but if he's already learning, he's already been doing his job.
Yeah, he's very attached to me. If I leave the house, he will do this.
Now, here's the other thing with small dogs: they tend to want to be in carts when you're out.
Yeah.
He has to be on the ground.
He goes through serious anxiety though if I have to leave him home. He will sit there and he will howl.
You can take him with you, but you can't put him in the grocery cart because of the health regulations.
He has to be on the ground.
Well, they won't let me. They said I have to have paperwork.
No,
there's no paperwork.
No. So listen. For a service dog, I'm telling you, for a service dog, there's no paperwork. They don't even have to be vested. Just you have to train them. Obviously, like I was telling you. Okay.
Basic obedience.
Yeah. Register them if you want because they can ask for a number. And the stores cannot ask you, but if they
do. They do.
Not for the registration number, but if they can contact the federal, because it's a federal thing, and then the federal can look up the number. They cannot ask you for a registration number. They cannot ask you for any doctor's note. They cannot ask you what your disability is. They can only ask you, is it a service dog and what does it do? Medical alert. That's all you have to say. They cannot refuse because it is a federal offense. They cannot tell you you cannot. It is a federal offense. They can't ask you any other questions. It's a federal offense.
And if it's not like an amusement park or whatever, they cannot charge any extra fees either.
Right.
Because
I'll be right back.
seen
I want to get
some.
something. I'll be right back.
I've seen a soldier. A soldier couldn't take his service dog into a store, and he even had the license. He had the card. He had everything. And the guy said, "I'm sorry, he can't come in here."
Then he can actually report him and sue them.
And they will be sued and they'll go to jail.
They will go to federal prison.
Because it's happening a lot to a lot of servicemen right now. Because I've seen videos, I've seen people talk about it.
Well, that's why I carry the ADA
and that's actually one of the things that Stephanie and I have been fighting against is service dog awareness. I mean,
I actually went on the news for it.
Hold on. I was going to show them my little booklet.
Somebody's dog is going happy.
Get over there.
Do you carry ADA cards?
No, I know where it is.
I don't yet, but I plan on getting some eventually.
The ADA cards, it helps a lot to mitigate people who are pig-headed about it.
Oh, I got him this vest.
Then yeah, put that on.
You're fine.
I put it on him, and I tried to take him to the Goodwill, and they kicked me out.
They are not allowed.
One thing I would suggest though is to get an in training patch. Like, see how on one side I have service dog and on the other side I have in training.
Yeah, it does.
You don't have to have a training patch.
You don't.
Well, it makes it easier. So the in training patch. This is the whole thing behind the in training patch. This is what I was trying to tell Stephanie. Is it allows for a little bit of understanding, because if he is out of line a little bit, sniffing something or doesn't really pay attention, you can be like, well, he's still in training. He's still a service dog. He cannot be denied. In training just means, okay, we're trying to perfect those little bit of, flaws. So most people are like, okay, well, is he a service dog? Yes, he's in training, but he is a service dog. He still performs his tasks. He cannot be denied. But it allows for a little bit of understanding.
Yeah, I had this on him, though. I actually got it because he has an issue with a pinched trachea. And so they said, do not put a collar on his throat because of that problem.
If he's got issues with small dogs can't wear collars.
So I got this for that purpose mainly, but I thought, it had service dog on it, and
they cannot deny him.
They kicked him out of
the. Listen to me. Go back, and if they do it again, say, you realize by kicking me out, you're committing a federal crime. Don't worry, I'll contact the authorities. I guarantee you, they're going to be like, no, man, you can go.
You know what I do?
Because I'm not playing. Like, I'm dead serious. So let me show you this book real quick before you go into it. Let me make myself a little bigger. So kids tend to want to pet the dogs, play the dogs, see the dogs, whatever it may be. And a lot of the adults don't understand, and we get a lot of backlash and stuff like that for it too. So I made these little booklets, right? What is a service dog? And I'm just going to quickly show you. There's quite a few pages. It is a coloring book so that the kids can understand. You would fill out like your animal's name, and it tells you kind of what a service animal does, what they, things like what they're for, what a handler is, different tasks that they can do, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. Like where you would take them. You're not supposed to talk to them or distract them. You cannot touch them. Don't come up and pet them or try to, pull them away. If somebody's on the ground, you're not supposed to take them away from their handler. So it just basically gives them like general knowledge about what a service dog is. And I have to give Stephanie hers. But
another page that you could have added in that is if you see a dog just loose in a store with a service dog vest on, to follow them because they're probably trying to get you to come to their handler.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
I just thought about that.
And I didn't think about that, but it's a general, like, it's a kid's little book that I made.
I was just thinking about that. I'm just like,
you're muted, Victoria.
My dogs were barking their heads off, so I didn't want to put you guys through that.
Oh, okay.
Kenny,
go to sleep.
He was. I woke him up.
Hold on. Now you have no choice but to go to sleep.
I have the ADA cards that says what the rules are. And then if they try to kick me out, I stand there and call 911. And I wait and let the police deal with it. That way, when it's Walmart that I have, and it's not all Walmarts, but it's Walmart that's the biggest.
Excuse my language, but a lot of people in the service dog community call Walmart Hellmart because of things like that.
You know, and it's funny because I will have them. They're very quick to stop me at the door and ask me.
Yeah, me too.
They're very quick to stare and make judgments. But I will say I've never been asked to leave. I've never been questioned per se about the authenticity of my animal. But also, as they're sitting here accusing me, my dog's in a down stay and not even looking at them or giving them the time of day. So clearly, she's not that bad. So, you know, it's not like she's out there barking at other dogs and, you know, trying to attack people, you know, but, you know, I mean, I take her everywhere. Like, you can literally, she can be, ask him, you can literally be at a restaurant.
She will knock you over trying to get to the door, though.
Oh, she does. Man, if I say I gotta go or I'm leaving, no, you're fine, stay. She will beat me to the door. As soon as I open that door, she's out. She'll sit by the back of the truck. I don't even have to open the trunk all the way. I open it like this much. She jumps right in, sits down. She's ready to go.
Riku sees his leash. He's like, "Where are we going? Where are we going?"
Yeah. See, and
if I open this car door, or like Josh, my
right in
the car into park, he's like, he'll be sound asleep, and as soon as he hears the car going to park, he's like, "Where are we going? Time to get out of the car? Let's go."
Yeah. And you know, but we can be at a restaurant. She'll be under the table, and the waitresses will come. We'll have an entire meal, and we go to leave, and I've got the dog. And just Wednesday, actually, I was out at sushi, and she came with me, and obviously, and we were on the table. The waitress didn't even know.
You're muted.
How'd you get muted?
I don't know, but
sometimes it does that.
Oh.
So,
yeah, my dog was like origami, would unfold herself and climb out from under the table.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing, like, you know, she'll be hidden underneath the table. Like, I was at sushi last week, about an hour and a half, and I go to leave, and the waitress was like, "Oh my God, you have a dog here." And I'm like, "She's a service dog." And they're like, "No, like, I didn't even know." Like, she even dropped something on the floor at my table, bent down to pick it up, and didn't even notice her. And she's like, I mean, like, I just dropped something, and she didn't even sniff it, nothing. It, like, didn't even come out of the table. I was like, she's not supposed to. I've trained her not to.
Chico will not bark or anything at anybody unless they try to touch him or me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets overprotective. Even my husband.
No, but that's fine. That's okay to bark then.
Well, see, and it's funny because the other day when I was at the store, Stephanie knows this. She's my best, so she hears everything. I was at the store, and I was being bad. I was ignoring her alerts, but because I just needed to grab a couple things. I didn't want to sit on the floor. I didn't want to have to go through the whole depression therapy. I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to get my items and leave. And so she kept trying to stop me, and she kept trying to push me, and I'd have to like revert around her and whatever it may be. And like, and she was trying to jump on me, and I'm like, trying to get her off. I'm like, I get it, but just chill. I got like 2 more things to grab. Finally, we're at the last aisle, and I was grabbing what I needed to, and she was getting so mad at me that I had, ignored her. She wrapped the leash around my leg, and while I'm standing there grabbing what I'm getting, she wrapped the leash around my leg, had pushed me up against the aisle, and was putting pressure on me that way. Okay.
Oh.
And she looked up at me, and I'm like, really? She looked up, she goes, and looks back down. And I'm like, really? And she goes like this again, like she's giving me the side evil eye and looks back around. And I'm like, wow.
Like you didn't listen, Mom.
Yeah. So
she was angry you didn't pay attention to her alert.
So then somebody came up and was not just trying to pet her. It wasn't like, trying to pet her. He was going like this, like he was going to grab her. And so I'm like, sir, back up. And as I'm saying that, she barks. And he goes, oh, it's okay. I just want to touch you. And I'm like, sure, she's alerting. You got to back up. She's doing her job. She's a service dog. Don't touch her. And I'm sitting here trying not to, tell him not to touch. And he again goes for her. So she starts barking louder. And I'm like, sir, back the fuck up. Sorry. And so finally he was just like, oh, but she's just so pretty. I'm like, that's fine, but she's working. Like, I'm telling you literally like 50 times at this point not to touch her, and you're still coming at her. Like, now you're just irritating me. So it was just kind of like.
That very reason is why 99% of the times I have my dogs wear their vests.
Well, she was wearing her vest. That's the thing.
Oh, she was.
She was wearing her vest.
But you don't have a do not pet patch yet.
Yeah, you need a do not pet patch.
No, I have one now, but it doesn't matter. She's a service dog. It says service dog on there.
Yeah,
so
again, you can take a picture and you can report them.
I have to hop off. There was one thing that I wanted to say. But going back to the whole access issue thing that we were talking about earlier, I really only had.
I can barely hear her.
And I can hear somebody's news or something in the background.
Yeah, we're in the car. I'm sorry. Our GPS is going. But yeah, I've only really had one major access issue. And that was with my first service dog, Bailey. Me and my mom were going to Costco, and they was swearing up and down that she had an ESA patch on her vest, which she did not. She had 3 patches, one that said service dog, medical alert, and do not separate. Oh yeah, 4, and a do not pet patch. Those are the only 4 patches on her vest. And as we're complaining, trying to be able to get into the store with her, another guy with a dog in a carrying case comes in with the dog barking, and they don't say anything to him.
They didn't bully him. That's not right.
No, it's not. It made me so mad. I'm just like, where do you see ESA on her vest?
People choose to be ignorant. I went into a Halloween store, and I had my service dog, and I'm going up and down the aisles, and he was newly here in America. I won't tell you his nationality, but he was newly here in America, and he's yelling, "Ma'am, get the dog out! Ma'am, get the dog out!" And I walked up and handed him an ADA card that explained that I did not have to leave. And he says, "Well, this is private property." And I said, "I'm a business owner. You rented this property. You don't own the property. You're allowing public access."
What is that noise?
Somebody's crinkling a bag.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, maybe yourself you do that.
You allow the public, which means you have to allow my dog. Now, you're going to let me shop, or I'll call the police.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the patches I just got for her. Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So these
Bye.
Bye. So these are the patches that I just got for her vest. It says stop, no touch, no talk, no eye contact. Oh wait,
no eye contact. Make yourself bigger. No touch, no talk, no eye contact. That's a
Correct.
good idea. Yep.
And then I got this one. Medical alert, do not distract. And I got, I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here to do my job.
Oh, I like that one.
I want to say hi to Larry and to DNG Explorers.
Very good.
April Towers and DNG Explorers.
Are those Velcroed on the back, Heather?
I'm going to run off for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, these are Velcro, so I can easily just attach them to a vest. I'm gonna get a new vest for her. So because these won't fit on the one she currently has because it's smaller, like yours. There's no really room on it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we are sitting at 350. I know we kind of got into this with service dogs, which has been a great conversation. Actually, I want to do an actual whole live on it with service dogs and traveling. She's probably alerting to something,
or she's giving her opinion.
He is this. See, this room, this office room, and my bedroom are off limits to everybody and anything. And Joe, his brother, is trying to come into the room. And he's telling Joe, "Get out of this room.
You're not supposed to be here."
Yeah. So it's hard to keep him quiet.
And if anybody wants to make any donations, I'll probably go for the rest of the day on this. If you want to make a donation of any size, I will send you a sticker.
And you can send them one of my stickers too.
Okay, so one of mine and one of Victoria's stickers. One of mine, one of Victoria's stickers. And so like if you make any donations, just let me know. I will put you. Well, I'll be on everybody's lives. But I'll put you on a list. And you just contact me with your email or your address to send it to, and there you go. Eric B will be next. So Traveling Adventures with Eric B will be coming on in 6 minutes. So in 6 minutes, if you guys want to make any type of donations, that'd be awesome. My goal was before noon to get up to 5,000. It's not going to happen. I get that. So I would like to try and get to 5,000 before 2 o'clock. We have $650 till we get to that point. So that's the goal.
That's pretty darn good. I mean, I'm telling you.
I'm so ecstatic. I mean, everybody did such an amazing job. I'm just so blown away by it all. I need coffee.
All right, Heather. Well,
I need the whole pot.
You have an awesome day.
Thank you for coming up.
Have a good one, Victoria.
You too, Kenneth.
Kenny, you need sleep.
Looks like Kenny's been nodding off.
He has been. Well, he nodded off before.
Yep, he has.
In Lorraine's channel. So you might as well just go. I mean, just go take a small nap before, just let it out.
I seriously am determined to get to every live stream.
I've been I've made it into every live stream. Even if I didn't, no, I can't say I didn't comment in every single one. Even if I just did a simple hi, I've commented in everybody's live stream. Mm-hmm. I even when I was sleeping, because I took a 2-hour nap and then I took a 45-ish minute nap, and even in my 2-hour nap, I set alarms. So I'd wake up and I stay up and chat or watch a little bit, and I fall back to sleep. So I mean, I've been in every single person's live, and right during the transition, because I did it I fell asleep from a 45-minute nap for during the transition of Lorraine's and RV Rookies, and Kenny had messaged me, but I had already just fallen asleep, and he goes, so yeah, that's not happening. And I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, wait, what happened? And you guys just took over, and I can't even begin, like I said, to thank you enough for that. It's just I shouldn't do that on the transitions. I should not have slept during transitions, but I do appreciate it. There you go. See, that's the one I have, except for mine's purple and a lot bigger. But there's no real room for those patches. That's why I never thought about getting any. So that's why I want to get her a bigger one.
I also have training bags that you put treats in.
Well,
they don't use on the dog.
I actually use mine for things. So like, you know, my hypoglycemia, like I put like my testing supplies in there. For asthma, I put an inhaler in there. I mean, like it had everything.
Yeah, I got a few of them. I have a whole bag of them.
Yeah.
I have a whole bag of them.
Everyone needs a break. You've done amazing. Oh, thank you.
This is
so our service dog is protected by law in the U.S. Yes, it is a federal offense if a service dog is denied any entry, charged any fee, or if the handler is turned away because they have one.
Or even isolated.
Yes. Even if they're isolated, or they tell you.
Like they take you to the back of the restaurant because they don't want the dog up with everybody else.
Or if they tell you, oh, it can't come in unless it's been is identified as a service dog as far as a vest goes. They cannot tell you to put a vest on your dog because it puts a target on them, which puts a target on you. So they can't even do that. So they can't ask you more than 2 questions. They can only ask you, is it a service dog and what does it do? Medical alert or task, you know, or whatever it may be that you want to say. Medical, they can't ask you your disability. It's a crime. So
what about when you go on a
make
plane?
Me bigger. This
doesn't matter. On a plane is the same thing. You don't have to have a doctor's note. You don't have to have anything like that. That's 100% correct. The cars that she's trying to show you actually are. Thank you. I'll make her big. It gives them guidelines. It tells them the actual law. It has the actual act on there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it has the act that they're protected under. It's written out exactly the way the act is.
Specific rules related to service animals.
Correct.
And then on the other side, it says about. Let me get this right. Now I got tremors. Sorry. In accordance to the ADA, a business may ask, is this a service animal for a disability? And the only other question they can ask is, what tasks have the service animals been trained to do? Business may not ask about personal disabilities.
Ask for specific.
Require medical documentation, special identifications, or training documents.
And they cannot ask you to have your dog perform the actual task.
They cannot ask that.
They cannot ask you to do that.
Okay. And then there's more over here, which
we don't have time for, unfortunately.
Right.
But we will do a live on this, I guess, because I would really like to get more in depth with this and maybe talk about like traveling and things like that. I think that would be awesome. So I will get with you personally, and we will figure that out.
Yep. And I hand these out to anyone, any company, or any place I go that gives me a hard time.
Okay, so I want to thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put you down into the basement. And again, thank you guys for coming on. And you guys go over and check out Eric B. Travel Adventures with Eric B. Kenny posted the post. Yeah, Kenny's already posted the link. And again, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I can't begin to tell you how thankful I am.
We'll see you for the final.
We will.
At 6 o'clock.
James, get with me, and we'll have you come up as well for our live for that. All right, guys, this is us tomorrow. We're living life to the fullest. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.